Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome again to yet another episode of the 5 Minute Success Blueprint. I am your host, Dr. Fumi Hancock, and it is Warrior Wednesday at yourinneryou.com, a blog dedicated to helping you rediscover, reignite, launch, and of course, live your passion without growing broke. My role as the captain of this ship is, so to say, is to help you steer your thinking patterns, to provide innovative tips and tools that if you use on a daily basis, you will absolutely see a change in your circumstances. So, like I said before, it's Warrior Wednesday. Finding your authentic voice in the most noisiest place called Earth can be the most tasking thing to take on. But if you have ever been frustrated, and you find yourself spinning in circles, not knowing if you are doing the right thing, not sure if you are doing the right thing right now, or you're doing what you're meant to do. If you are overwhelmed by the thought of time passing by, and the faster the time passes by, the further you seem to be away from your life dream. If you are overwhelmed, stressed out, and feeling disconnected from your true calling, and you are at a crossroad where you either make it happen right now or never, then today's podcast is a special message to you. Let's talk about this. You cannot find your way to your true calling without knowing your voice. Let me say that again. You can never, or you will never find a way to your true calling without knowing your voice. Your voice, your authentic voice, is the divine roadmap to your true calling. I often call this your vision torch. Those who know that I've written a book on your vision torch, you can always find that in Amazon. I often say this, that your vision torch, that is, it is a guiding light to your life mission and destination. So, on today's episode, I explore the number one sure way to finding your authentic voice. And let me say this, it is not by making noise in your neighborhood. So we're going to deal with several questions here. What is your authentic voice? Why is it important to your true calling? How do you discover this? How do you sustain that voice once you have discovered this? These are all the questions that we will be tackling right now. So let's start with your authentic voice. What is authenticity? When you're authentic, you're being true to yourself. Authentic means to be true, completely true to yourself, to be original. A lot of us out there are copycats. We see other people do things. We don't even question, okay, why are they doing this? Are they meant to do it? We look at it, we like it, and we take it over without even doing education about it. It is important that you stay true to your own true calling. It is important that you know exactly what your true calling is. And often, your true calling points to what you know best. Let me say that again. Often, your true calling points to what you know best. Not what anybody else knows, but what you know best. So rather than spend your time looking at other people, trying to figure out what they're doing, and trying to covet what they're doing, you need to stand still and think about this. What do you know best? If you are in the area of social work, what do you know best? Regardless of the field, if you are in the nursing field, what do you know best? So regardless of what you think other people are doing, that does not really matter, and it does not dictate your authentic self. But what dictates your authentic self is standing still and knowing exactly what you know best. Now, why is it important to your true calling? Without your voice is your true calling. Your voice is the message to the world that you have to say. Without your voice, there really cannot be you discovering your true calling. It is important that you know your voice, not only know that voice, which is the message that you have to the world, but you stay true to it. It is important. So how do you discover it? We talked about it again. Standing still and knowing exactly what you are good at, what you're great at, what other people, let me say this, what other people that cannot do as best as only you can do. So it's important to do that. Now, how do you sustain that voice? You sustain it by just being authentic, by simply standing firm and staying true to that voice. A lot of us out there, we have a message. We start with something on the internet or whatever it may be. We start with a complete topic, and then by the end of the night, we're talking about something totally different. People need to look at your blog. They need to look at what message that you're telling people and be able to say, hey, you know that person, she is a guru at this. She knows this best. But if you are a jack of all trade and people cannot even define what your voice is, then you need to retrieve and begin to say to yourself, who am I? What am I put on the face of this earth to do? For me, I know that I'm a personal development person. I know that I'm more of an inspirational person. And so regardless of what I do, whatever field I find myself, be it in movies as what I do right now, I have to stay true to that message. People watch my movies, they listen to what I have to say, they read my blog, and they're able to come out and say, hey, Dr. Princess Fumi, you are a dream weaver. And so I implore you this morning, if you are having problems with that, you need to stand still and begin to ask yourself these questions. What is my authentic voice this morning? Why is this important to my true calling? How do I discover this? And of course, how do I sustain this voice once I've discovered it? I hope that I've been able to help you out this morning. Again, my name is Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock, and thank you so much for listening to yet another exciting episode of the 5-Minute Blueprint. I implore you right now, if you have not followed this, please follow this podcast and write me a comment. If you have not commented yet, please go on Facebook, and it is Success Blueprint. Success Launch Blueprint. You can also find me on Twitter. Until next time, thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next time. Be inspired, be motivated, be of, and above all, be authentic.